Wait, what does that say? Maybe you're not sad. Maybe you just need a baby. No, absolutely not. Ooh, that was a jump scare first thing in the morning. No, I don't think having a child would make me less sad in any way. Polar opposite, actually. I am 100% certain that having a child would contribute horribly to any amount of sadness or going on in my life right now. What a bizarre train of thinking. Maybe you're not sad. Maybe you just need to create a whole other person that you are solely responsible for. That'll make you happier. No, and this is not the first video of its kind. Videos like this pop up occasionally, where parents are like, you think your life's hard? Have a child. You'll be so happy you won't even recognize it. You think you're sad? Just have a baby. In what planet is that making my life better, Susan? And obviously, if you want kids, having one could make you happier. However, I also don't think we should be talking about having children as like a means to just make yourself happier. Like, babies aren't antidepressants. If you're sad, you should probably talk to somebody first, not have a baby.
It disgusts you because women, especially mothers, are spreading the right message to younger women. Since that goes against your feminist ideology and against you personally as a woman over 35 with no kids and no husband, you're against it. Misery loves company, just like the woman in today's story who's sad because her ex-boyfriend is getting married. But she has a new husband now, so where is that sadness coming from? Let's find out. Don't forget to subscribe and leave your comment. And without further introduction, let's begin.
There, Dusty Thunder once again, another story for you here. This is, my girlfriend, 32 female, has been very sad since she found out her ex-boyfriend is getting married. So I, 30 male, have been dating my girlfriend for about 4 months now. Everything was going great for us until she learned that her ex-boyfriend of 9 years was getting married. They had broken up in June last year, and we started dating in July this year. We have tons in common, and we really enjoy each other's company. Anyways, last week, one of her old friends who knew her ex informed my girlfriend that he was getting married to his new girlfriend. My girlfriend was shocked, to say the least, and when her friend left, she went on Facebook and spent almost an hour looking through his profile. Okay, he was a longtime boyfriend, so she must have been curious, but ever since that day, she has been really sad and stressed, and keeps spending her time on Facebook looking through everything about her ex and his bride-to-be. When I finally asked if he was the one who got away from her, she denied it. She said something along the lines of, I want to see what's special about her. She says she isn't pining for him, he didn't treat her well, and that even if he asked her, she wouldn't go back. The fact he had reached out to her multiple times after breaking up, but she turned him down every time. So Reddit, my question is, if you don't love him still, then why be so sad about his marriage? Why keep obsessing over his bride-to-be? What am I missing here? Relevant comments? Commenter, he strung her along for 9 years and is marrying the girl he only recently met. That's probably where her sadness is coming from. Why wasn't she good enough to garner a commitment like marriage? What does this girl have she doesn't? Not logical, but that's probably what's running through her mind. Another commenter, agreed, especially if it's a guy who tore down her self-esteem. It was a huge part of her life for 9 years, so it's understandable that she's grieving, not that her ex so efficiently moved on. 9 years with someone means you likely expected to spend the rest of your life together. It doesn't mean she wants back, but 1 year after a whole decade of your life, along with all hopes and emotional investment that it took, what she's going through is understandable.
Stop it. Get some help.
No, what's really happening here is that she's seeing that her ex-boyfriend moved on. That hits her ego. You know, women don't like seeing their ex doing better than them. On top of that, many women have this idea that they improve a man or prepare him for the next woman. That might be what hurts her. With her, he never got married and never even proposed. But with the new woman, in less than a year, they're already getting married. Not just engaged, they're getting married. It's the classic story. You were the journey, not the destination. And you're basically the rebound relationship. She got involved with you while still loving her ex. She tells you she wouldn't go back to him, but she wouldn't go back to the version of him she left back then, not the current one, because she saw that her ex improved. And that's what's eating at her. He didn't improve for her. He improved for the new woman. Let's continue.
OP responds, you might be right. I don't know the intricate details of their breakup, but she did say that they broke up because they couldn't agree on the future. and she has mentioned to me that she does want to be married and have kids. Putting those 2 points together, and the situation might have been closer to what you describe. And to be honest, her ex did sound like a tool. He made 5 times her salary, but they always went 50-50 on all expenses. On our first date, I took her out to a fancy restaurant, which I also wanted to visit for a long time. We had a gala time, but the next day she called me and apologized, and then told me that she would only be able to pay her half the meal in installments, as she didn't have that much cash at the moment. It took me a moment to understand that she was talking about the dinner last night. I told her I invited her, so it was my treat. Then she told me that her ex-boyfriend made her transfer her share after every outing they had, all throughout their relationship. It was weird, to be honest, but I didn't probe much further, as it was just after our first date. There is an update. I would like to chat about this for a second. What do y'all think?
No, I think the thing that was eye-opening for me was that the self-esteem comment.
He tore down her self-esteem.
This sounds, yeah, he didn't treat her well, tore down her self-esteem. And so she's like, I just genuinely feel bad for this girl. I don't know if she's ready to be in another relationship. Like, only she can know that. I do think that you can heal and date simultaneously. I think those things can happen at the same time. But I do think your partner has to be aware, and I feel like that's what's happening now. But yeah, the self-esteem comment, having someone attack your self-esteem for 9 years, make you feel like you're not good enough for marriage, make you feel like you're not good enough to take the next step. And that's a lot of time to invest in a relationship for it to end and then him be engaged a year later. Like, that would hit me hard.
Yeah.
If I was this girl.
And if they couldn't agree on the future, meaning he wasn't ready for marriage and for kids and to settle down, and then some other girl comes along and a year later after their breakup,
right?
He's
that's
engaged. Hard. Yeah. Then it's what's different about her, what's so special about her that she was able to just snap her fingers and make him change what he wanted for his future.
And I think Snorts, she needs to learn how to love herself. And I agree 100%.
Yeah.
I think the validation needs to come from within, and the fact that she's still looking at the bride's profile, like looking what she has that I don't, like all of these things mean that she hasn't truly given herself a chance.
Yeah.
Like, she's still stuck in that what he thinks of her.
Well, this probably
mentality
pulled her right back.
Oh, for sure.
Like, she might have been fine, right?
All the progress she made was undone.
Yes.
By learning this information.
Once she heard the news, like, the body keeps the score, right? So whatever she physically sensed with him went right back into that, and to the worst version of it, because something went wrong. Like,
oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
To me, it's clear she compared you to her ex. But the problem is that 9 years in a relationship don't disappear in a day. What hurts this woman is that her ex-boyfriend moved on so quickly. Remember, women don't see relationships the same way men do. Many of them think that the years they spend with you are an investment. If they stay with you for 9 years and never get the ring, they feel like they wasted their time. A man, on the other hand, understands he had a relationship and that it's time to move on. And this is where a man's power lies. The man is the one who gives the ring, the one who gives you the privilege of becoming a wife. That hurts her because it makes her feel insufficient. Because if he had at least made her his fiancée, even if they never got married, it would mean he had chosen her. But she didn't reach that point in 9 years of a relationship. Believe me, that hits a woman's ego hard. But let's continue, because there's more.
Okay, here's the update. So I got a lot of advice on my last post. Thank you. Most of it was helpful, with a lot of commenters detailing their own personal and painful experiences with similar situations. It was an eye-opening experience for me, so a special thanks to those commenters. Some comments were regular Reddit advice to break up, and one of them even called me a cucumber. LOL. But all in all, making this post did really help me a lot in deciding on how to approach this with my girlfriend. So anyways, now let's get on with the actual update. What the f*** is a cucumber? What does that mean?
I didn't.
What does it mean? After reading the comments and doing some thinking, I decided the best course of action was to talk to her. So I went to her favorite restaurant, got her favorite dish packed, and then went to her apartment. When she came out, I told her that, look, I can't say that I understand what you're going through, because I don't. It's something personal to you, and as much as I would like to help you out or share some of your grief, I respect your choice and your decisions. But as your boyfriend, I do have some rights here, and I am invoking that right in asking you that you not be hungry and sad. If you want to be sad, then please be sad on a full stomach filled with your favorite food. That's all I ask, hearing this, because she became emotional. Then she said, I haven't been the best girlfriend in the world for the past week, and I apologize for that. It's just that it's been hard for me to see someone who I spent 9 years of my life with and who gave me a lot of excuses. Now he's just disregarding his own statements. Can you imagine anyone in a 9-year-old relationship where the couple don't live with each other or don't go on holidays together? They have absolutely no talk of getting engaged or married. Hell, he even got upset when I sent him a text while he was working. Well, me and my ex were like that. On top, he always used to say that marriage as an institution is archaic and he won't participate in it. He also looked down upon age gap relationships too. Now he's marrying someone 8 years younger than him and is already living with her and going on holidays together too. That's why I've been feeling down. I don't want him back. I've already upgraded to a much higher level. She meant me. But it's just the feeling of wasting 9 years of my life, which is the most painful. So I gave her a hug and told her that if she wanted a shoulder to cry on or a mouth to talk shit about her ex, I can do both. So we both shared a laugh then. When I was leaving, she asked if she could stay with me for a few days as she doesn't want to be alone, and I said sure. So she came with me, and right now she's setting up her workstation in my other bedroom while I'm making this update. She will be staying with me the whole week. So thank you again, people. You have been of immense help. So they communicated through it.
Oh, hell no!
Now I understand better what happened here. This man was with her through part of her 20s, probably around the same age as her. Now that she's in her early 30s, they obviously broke up. She gave him her youth, her beauty, and her time, things women always say they give. Yet he never valued her enough to take her on trips or marry her. But once he left her, he went for a woman 8 years younger than her. He's in his prime now. Remember, he earns 5 times her salary. He takes the new woman on trips and treats her like a princess, something he never did with her. He's also going to marry this younger woman and build his family with her. I honestly understand why it hurts her, because she was the process woman for this man. In the end, someone else is enjoying the results. In simple terms, she prepared another woman's husband. But notice something important. With the new beta provider, she's forcing him to do more, like moving in with her. I don't want to be alone, is what she told him. She's pushing this new relationship to move faster than the previous one, so the same thing doesn't happen again. So she doesn't end up being the journey instead of the destination. Let's continue.
Women.
Yeah, and I love that he met her where she was at. He didn't give ultimatums. Like, he just met her in the grief that she was feeling. And I don't think it's grief over the relationship. She knows what she had was not right. But I think this past relationship did a number on her self-worth, and it's going to take time to rebuild that. But the showing up with your favorite food and said, like, you can be sad, but don't be sad and hungry. Like, that's an epic response to what she's going through, and to make her feel the complete opposite of what the past relationship made her feel like.
Yeah. Yeah. And
not being able to message at work. Like, don't message me while I'm working. Like that to be afraid of that, to be afraid to not be yourself for 9 years. Like that.
So is it,
that's a hard thing.
Is it that she feels like New Girl just has some kind of magic potion, or is it that she thinks she wasted that whole time because a good chunk of that time he was already seeing this girl?
I think it's important to realize that it sounds like the New Girl is 22, 23, and she's getting married to this guy. So I think there's a reason that this man chose a younger woman to get married to. Women who don't know themselves yet, or who...
So it's
like,
just that
a younger woman is easier to control in a way. Like, if they don't think highly of themselves, if there isn't self-worth there already, if they haven't learned who they are yet.
Absolutely.
So I think he wanted someone that he could control. And that's marrying 8 years younger, maybe the way he's doing that. Yeah.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense. So it's maybe less of an inferiority of herself, but realizing that the relationship is over. So either way, she could look at the 9 years she was with him as waste, but knowing that the 9 years was a farce. It was a lie, because what he's doing now is the complete opposite of everything he ever said. So it's a new kind of waste, right? It's a waste because someone else was a bold-faced liar or doesn't know themselves at all. The best thing OP could have done is be there and meet her where she's at, like you said.
Yeah.
And did that. And as long as OP continues to meet her where she's at and does this with her, I think
he sounds like
in great shape.
Yeah, he sounds like a great person for her to be in a relationship with at this point.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Notice what the woman said, that he went looking for someone younger so he could manipulate her. This is always the story women tell when they see a man in his prime with a woman in her prime. which is around 23 years old, sexier, younger, more beautiful, and highly fertile. Remember, she's the one who left him. He tried to get her back. But like I tell many men, realize where you stand. And he realized it. He realized he's a man with a good job, stable, probably good looking, and able to find a younger woman to start a family with. And that's exactly what he did. One thing that hurts women a lot is being replaced by someone younger and more beautiful. Because, like I said, she never wants to see her ex doing better than she is. Now the new boyfriend will carry all the pressure, because she'll still be watching her ex for a while. She might have already called him, because that kind of depression tends to make people reach out. But the new guy, as a good beta provider, will be pushed to marry her just so she can show her ex that she got married too.
A list of things that men have done on the first or second date that made me decide I did not want to go on another date with them, except it's going to get progressively worse, so let's get into it. Number one, I went on a first date with a guy and he didn't say goodbye to me after the date. We walk out of the restaurant and my Uber was across the street and I was like, oh, my Uber's across the street. And then I turn around and he had walked down the block. Didn't even say goodbye. Number two, on a Hinge date, this man did not get out of the car to greet me on our first date. So mind you, I'm a young girl getting in a random man's car. Number three was on a first date, I had mentioned that I was a singer and the guy asked to see a video of me singing and then he told me I sounded objectively bad. Four, talking poorly about your mother, sisters, or ex-girlfriends or any women in your life, saying that they're crazy or whores. Cut. Five, pushing PDA really early on in the date in public. And then not asking consent. Like, let's have a boundary. I don't know you. Puking from being hungover on the first date. Moving too fast, proposing marriage, or moving to my city within the first or second date. Do you even know who I am? And last, being cagey about your politics or your religious stances. Why are we here? Why are we on this date if you don't want to talk about what really matters? You know?
What you really need to do is improve the way you choose men. Because it seems one of two things keeps happening to you. Either the men you date don't want to see you again, or your attitude when you receive them is unpleasant. That's why you see failure across the board. Brothers, the wall keeps collecting, because the wall does not forgive. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. What do you think is the reason your ex is sad? Why does it hurt a woman so much when a man turns the page after she leaves him? If you liked the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. Your support means a lot to us and motivates us to keep creating more content. Stay tuned for the next video of The Wall.